Hey everybody, Big Pauly back here for another video. It's still as hot as fucking hell in the UK. It's like, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and it's like in the high 80s. And it might be perfectly normal for some places, but the UK, we can't fucking handle the heat. So I've decided bollocks to it. It's hot at home, can't bear it in there. Can't do any decent videos in there without fucking sweating buckets all over the floor, so I'm pissing off to the cinema for a couple of hours, sit in a nice air-conditioned cinema. Don't know what I'm going to see. Might be something I've already seen, something I haven't already seen, but hey ho, let's get the fuck out of here and go and sit in a nice air-conditioned cinema for a couple of hours. Alright, it's cooled down a bit, but bollocks, we're just going to go in there and see what there is. And as I say, it might be a film that I've seen, might be a film that I haven't seen. Call it random movie pickings. But yeah, let's go and have a look then and get out of the heat for like 2 hours. Okay, so we just got out of the screening. I'll tell you all about it in a minute, which film it was that I went to see, but oh my god, it's a lot cooler now, so I think the majority of our heat wave is hopefully starting to come to an end. Okay folks, so the film that I went to see randomly was Churchill, which obviously knowing about Churchill, but not knowing what the hell the film was about. So that was quite a nice little surprise to see something that I hadn't seen in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, it was a really good film, really good. There was so much heart in the film. It basically tells the story of Operation Overlord, which was the 3-day run-up to the D-Day landings. So it starts off back on the beach with Churchill sort of like reminiscing about his days in World War One, when he was fighting in World War One, and all the bodies and, you know, all the soldiers that got killed. As the film progresses, he gets into some loggerheads with Eisenhower as to actually what type of operation it's going to be to, you know, to storm the beaches and that kind of thing. And they're fighting, you know, they're at loggerheads, some insults are thrown, but it's kind of a, Churchill is kind of trying to hold on to his fighting days. You know, he wishes that he could actually go out with the troops and be on the front line, having, you know, seen so many die in World War One. So it was like, you know, 250,000 or something like that. But yeah, it was really good. Miranda Richardson played Mrs. Churchill. She did a pretty good job. And John Slattery did a great job playing Eisenhower. There are some really nice touching moments a little bit later on in the film between Churchill and James Purefoy, who was playing the King. It's such a soft, tender moment. It lasts for about 10 minutes, and they're reminiscing about sort of like the old days and the fact that they should leave the fighting to the soldiers and they should just, you know, be the symbol that they're supposed to be. But there's some very soft strings in the background. You can hear a pin drop. But yeah, the whole theatre was just absolutely quiet. But yeah, that was a really nice touching moment. And also a little bit later on, and as he was feeling even more, you know, sort of like sorry for himself, he was kind of like willing to the gods that the weather was going to turn really crap, so that obviously the landings didn't happen. But they gave it the go ahead, obviously. But he kind of got the oomph towards the end of the film, you know, a little morale speech from his wife, and basically to tell him, you know, that he needs to lead the country, they need victory, and obviously he did the speech and read out the speech. As for performances, James Purefoy was brilliant. He was brilliant playing the king with his subtle little stuttering. You know, it wasn't overkill. It wasn't stuttering overkill, but it was pretty good. As I say, Miranda Richardson was okay. She was all right. Did a good job. Brian Cox. I completely forgot that it was Brian Cox through the film. I mean, I think they either fat padded him up, or, you know, just plumped out his fingers and that, or maybe he put some weight on, I'm not sure. But he did an absolutely fantastic job of playing bloody Churchill. It was so perfect, you know, you actually go with this character, you take this journey with this character. And there were a couple of scenes actually to do with the lighting and the atmospherics. And there were certain scenes when the camera panned up, or when it kind of phased in, the camera phased in from kind of like blurriness, and it captured Churchill. It captured some of those memorable images that you remember seeing in books or at school. But yeah, he did an absolutely fantastic job, and I hope he's up for Best Actor when it comes to the Oscars next year, because he should be in the running for this. Between this and John Lithgow doing Churchill in The Crown, John Lithgow is brilliant. He does a lovely, great job doing that. But definitely Brian Cox, he stole the whole film, but it was absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't say it was a long film, you know, and it didn't drag. Not once did it drag. You was just engrossed and brought in and captured, and you just wanted to go through this whole journey with these people. But yeah, anyway, so that's my little review of Churchill, a film that I wouldn't normally have gone to see, but it was kind of a random movie thing, so it might be worth maybe doing that again sometime in the next couple of weeks. Maybe make it a regular thing, and I'll just piss off out, go to the cinema, pick a film, you know, that basically starts within like 5 or 10 minutes of getting there, so, and then give you a little review afterwards. So I'll come up with a name, I'm sure I will. Random Movie Mumblings, something like that. So yeah, anyway, well, thanks for going on this little treat to get out of the fucking heat. It is a lot cooler now, so I'm pleased with that. But hopefully it's not going to be too oppressive and ghastly tomorrow either. But then again, I'm at work, so I'm going to be in a nice air-conditioned office, I hope. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Random Movie Mumblings. Sounds good to me.